you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming. So my name is Bosinola. If you're meeting me for the first time, and I'm a student, a master student here in Sweden, yeah. And if you're clicking this my video for the first time, please stay tuned and listen to the end, okay? I bring you a very important information, okay? And if you're here looking at me right now, watching my video, or you're yet to subscribe, please do subscribe. Please, your girl is begging, please do subscribe. And please, if you're here, you can also click on the like button also. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, without further ado, let me jump right into today's video. So yes, as shown on the title, like Sweden are making tougher rules for immigrants. Yes, and the reason why I said it because there are some things that used to be easier before, but now they are trying to like make it harder. Yeah. Let me not digress, but let me go by my notes, okay? So the first thing I want to talk is the work permit rules. Before, for example, if you want to like obtain a work permit in Sweden, for you to have a work permit in Sweden, you are required to have like an employment offer, just like a company offer, like you are employed in a company. That was before, but right now you are required to get a work contract from that country. Oh no, yeah, you know, it's two things. There are some when work you get like work contract, like normal. Every work gets like when you're working in any organization, you get a work contract. But that is not the kind of work contract now that permits you to get a work permit. To have a work permit, you have to have a work contract that they are willing to initiate a work permit process for you. So for to get like a work contract, those contracts where they don't have to pay you per hour. Yes. So, work that has like basic salary. So that's like because it's two types. There's some work you get where they pay you per hour, while there's some work you get that they pay you basically on your salary, like you work from 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, 8 hours straight, and then you get basic salary, you have benefits, you know, those kind of work. That is what they require you to have before you can have a work permit, which was not like that before. And the thing there is like it's hard to like get a company that is willing to give you on such conditions. So what you can easily get is an offer of employment. You can easily get that, but to get an employer that is willing to give you that contract, that is willing to initiate a work permit process for you, that's the hard thing there. So that's how that's the number one point. And then the number two is maintenance requirements. Hey, this maintenance requirements is crazy, man. I think for 2023 now, this year, there's a sitting now, because before, for everything you apply for, if you have like a dependent, maybe your children or your spouse, you're expected to have like a maintenance requirement. That's, for example, if you have a work permit, for you to apply for a work permit and you have dependents, then you have to show like a maintenance requirement, or if your work is paying you enough to cover up for those, so then you're fine. But in case your work is not enough to cover those costs, then you have to have like a maintenance requirement. Now, what is the hard thing? Recently, they are trying to change the maintenance requirements also. Before, if you have like a job that pays you like 13,000 SEK before tax, then you're fine to apply for a work permit. But right now, they are trying to make up a rule again. That's for 2023, and which they already debated it in their House of Assembly, in the House, okay? And the majority of them voted. So right now, they are trying to push the maintenance requirement to 33,000, from 13 to 33,000 SEK. That's a lot, okay? So that's another way. That's another way they are trying to toughen these rules. It's hard to get a job that will pay you 33,000. It's so hard to get, okay? Majority of jobs that immigrants get pay around 13,000 SEK or 25,000 SEK. But for you to get a job that pays you 33,000, it's a lot. So we don't know. That's just the proposal for now. That has not been pushed out, but that's the talk, and majority voted. So let's see what happens by June. So that's the second. Then for the third one, yes. So a new resident permit for highly qualified people to come and work in Sweden. Yes, so now Sweden has created like another resident permit. You know, there are a lot of permits that you can use to stay in a country. You have a student permit, you have work permits, you have a lot asylum seekers, you know. But this particular one, they just started it last year. They initiated it like if you're a qualified individual, you can come into Sweden, and the resident permit, I think, is limited for 3 months or so, or 9, provided, okay, I think it's for 9 months, if provided you can provide a maintenance requirement for you to stay, like if you can do proof of fund for you to stay for that limited time. But majorly, I think it's 3 months to 9 months, if I'm right. But I'm sure of 3 months. Now, this is what you do. You get it, you apply, and once they give you the resident permit, you come into Sweden to look for a job. And so when you get a job within that space of time, then you convert now to your work permit. Same work that can initiate a work permit for you, like I have explained earlier. So that's what you're required to get. So that's another way you can also migrate to Sweden if you want to, without even getting a job. You can apply for that if you are a highly qualified individual. Meaning, when they mean highly qualified, they mean like maybe you have a master's degree, a PhD, or a postdoc or professor. Yeah, you can come and look for a job within that space of time. And anyway, that is not like making things tougher. It's one of the benefits, but then they had all these ones are Yes, then another thing they did was, before in Sweden, when you apply for your permanent residence as a family, once, let's say, the main applicant has like a permanent residence, then all of you, the children, the wife, are entitled to get the permanent residence also. But right now, the rules has changed entirely now. Now that your spouse has a permanent residence does not mean you will get a permanent residence if you don't meet the criteria. So now all of you are being treated on different bases. Like, you all have your personal application. Now the thing now is, if your spouse has a permanent residence, and when they check your work, all the time you've worked is not up to the requirements, then you as a dependent, they will not give you your permanent residence, they will give you a resident permit. And that resident permit, you can renew it just for 2 years. If within those 2 years you don't still meet up to your permanent residence, I don't know what will happen to you as a dependent. So that's to show you that as a dependent also, you have to work just like your main applicant who is working, because they require all of you all to meet the requirements. Okay, so but before it was not like that. Once your main applicant gets a permanent resident, then all of you get, even to citizens, if you don't meet the requirement as individual, now they address each case as individual. They address you separately. So because your spouse has does not mean you would have. So that's the trick about that. And what do I want to talk about again? I think, yes, that's basically for now. That's basically what has changed for now. That's if I did not forget to say anything. Yes, but let me now stop and say at this point that all these rules that are being said out, that are being changing, I think so most of the times we are the cause as immigrants. Like, when we come into a country, you see that this country is peaceful, and then you come and start making troubles. You just make these people give other people that are gentle tough times also. When we come into a country, it should not be too bad for us to abide by their rules also. All these work permits, all these rules coming out now, this permanent residence, before it was once one person gets it, everyone gets it. But because most dependents will stay at home, they would not work, and one thing is, in Sweden they pay, in fact, I don't even want to go there because they pay a lot. They spend a lot on dependents. In fact, once you're working in this country, they pay you for different things. If your child is sick and you stay at home to treat that child, apart from the fact that your company will pay you, Sweden will still pay you for staying with that child at home. Depending each day you stay, they pay you for each day you stay. You understand? So there are a lot of things they do that dependent gain, but over the years they notice that most dependent don't work, and once you have children they will pay you for each children also. They will pay you. Now most dependent don't work, and they feel like people that are working is just being like you're cheating people that are working. For example, people that are working that don't have a child, because not everyone wants to have a child. Now they are not getting the benefit, but you that you are not working, you're staying at home doing nothing, and then you're waiting for government money and you're taking government money. So these are the reason why they made it important. They made it compulsory that you also as individual must meet your requirements for you to get a permanent residence. And if you don't get it in 2 years, I don't know, maybe they will tell you to leave Sweden or something. I don't know the punishment for that, but that is just the rules. You see, you come into a country, you sit down, cross your leg, and not do anything. It's unfair. I'm sorry. I'm not a judge. Anyways, I'm not a judge. I just want to put that out there. So that's why we see so many laws, many rules that are coming up. Last year, I think it was last year winter, I can't really remember, there was this riot that happened in Sweden. There was this riot where immigrants, I don't want to be specific for, because this is a social space, immigrants were burning down police vehicles. They were burning a lot of things just because they said something. If you really want to know more about that story, you can Google it on Google and read more about it yourself, because I don't want to say it so that it doesn't sound so biased or something. Immigrants were like burning police vehicles. There was a lot of riot, and it was so annoying. Even I, as an immigrant, I was so angry. When you do that, and Sweden used to be like the most, let me not say the most peaceful, Sweden used to be peaceful until they opened their doors for immigrants to come in, and a lot of atrocities start coming. I remember when I came into Sweden in 2021, that same day I came, in my area there was a gunshot, like there was shooting on that day. So there was a lot of things going around. I'm not saying that it's being done by immigrants. I'm just saying that when we come into a country, let's try and abide by their rules so that they won't keep giving us all this stuff. A lot of people are falling victim of now. If people finish school and they don't get a work that gives them work contract within a year, then they have to leave. You understand? Meanwhile, before it was not like that. Once you get like an offer alone, it's okay for you to stay. But right now, you need to get an employer that would endorse you. Now, to get that, most of the employers too, they are trying to manage money, because for them to stand for you, then it's a lot. You have to pay for sick leave. They have to pay for a lot of benefits, for summer vacation. A lot of things are into it. So for you have to be skilled enough for an employer to initiate something for you. You understand? So if you're planning to come into Sweden anytime soon, or if you're in Sweden right now, please, our employers, please, even if it's not immigrants that are doing it, the fact that this country was peaceful before, I think I was reading something online sometimes, and I read it that Sweden is now one of the most non-peaceful country in EU. And that's so bad to their reputation. You understand? So this country will not give you any wahala. They don't have any problems. They just live your life and just live by the rules, so that we don't keep getting all these tougher rules all the time. I feel like I'm taking too much. I feel like I'm talking too much. Honestly, guys, please, let's be good. Let's be good, okay? Yes, and it's your girl again. Thank you for staying to the end. Thank you for watching my video today. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you so much. If you really want me to do any video regarding Sweden, please put it in the comment section, and I'll surely make the video for you. Even though I'm busy, but I'll try and do my best to give you the best. So if you're watching me right now, please click the like button right now. And if you've not subscribed, please do subscribe. And this is where I will stop the video for today. This is where I will draw the cut in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.